Chicka what? Chicka who? Chicka what? Chicka who? Chicka what? You gonna leave the vocal in, right? Cheer. Motherfuckers wanna act loco. Hit them up, numerous shots with a fofo. Packers wanna turn them po-po, smoke them like cocoa. Fuck rap, coke by the boatload. Fuck that, on the run by gun high when I close. That pole through, some got closed. Stop your bullshit, Glock with the full clip. Motherfuckers better duck when the pool spit. One shot can make a nigga do a full flip. Seen a nigga like a shot when the full hit. Hey, my how you? No niggas wanna buy you. You see me, I wanna fuck for free. Like Aganelli. Niggas ride, make you feel it inside your belly. If it's tight, get the KY jelly. All night, get you wide up beside the telly. Side to side, till you say, Jay-Z, you're too much for me. I am
a little bit of loneliness, a little bit of disregard. Handful of complaints, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these scars. I am what I want you to want, what I want you to feel. And it's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you to just believe this is real. So I let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not. I'll be here cause you're all that I got.
Yo, so what I thought I'd do is before I kicked off this CCC challenge, explain to you the piece of crap that I'm dealing with. I've nicknamed it Frankenstein, as it's a ballad song I made from two broken ballad songs. Both really crappy CCCs. The handles came from one of those crappy, like, little eBay trainers. I had one of the tang pins fall out within, like, a week of it, you know, getting it and flipping it. Within a week, I'd lost the tang pin. So, you know, I can always just slap this back on now that I re-hammered in the pin, but that's useless information. The blade comes from one of these generic cast, whatever the hell this is, handles snapped off right around the pivot area. It, you know, general poorly made crap issues. Things you might like to know, has a ton of play in it because these handles and screws were not made for this thickness of blade. More issues arise with just the handles in general. I mean, there's some crappy spacers. Another fun little fact is that it needs another tang pin. I went from a channel style for the blade to a sandwich style, and there's no second tang pin to keep it in place. So really the only thing keeping the blade from going through the handle is the spacer. So when it's in there, a lot of times you'll have, I don't know if you can see that, but that'll happen. The edge of the blade will pop out of the handle a little bit. I luck out that the spacers kind of get in the way of the blade going all the way through. You only get a little bit of the edge coming out. It's not usually too much of an issue. Other than that, another fun fact, the handles are kind of poorly in there. And that is because the original blade, well, the blade was originally part of a model that was pin construction. So, you take a pin construction ballad song and you try to fit screws in there that were not made to fit in there. I managed to do it, but the problem is I hand filed out these holes. So I don't know if you can really see that or not, but those holes are not completely circular. So I get a lot of problems with that, you know. I don't know, I did a mostly good job, but oh, I probably shouldn't have disassembled this before I talked about it, but another thing is the handles. You can probably just see that right there by me going like this. They separate quite a bit. Like, yeah, they're not connected. Well, now that I had this all disassembled and crap, let's get on to the footage.
Got a condo and other condos in the same place with a rhyme in it. So all I do is rap sex. Imagine how I stroke. See how I was blowing on my last set. Rapping fire like I'm blasting the tech. Never jam though, never get high, never run out of ammo. Niggas hating the shit cause they change your bitch. You know you pay for it, I know what made you sick. And now you're out the road, but you never had war. No know that I carry your hoes, wanna marry your hoes. Now she's mad at me cause your majesty just happened to be a pimp. What a tragedy. She wants us to end cause I fucked her friend. She gave me one more chance and I fucked her again. I seen the tears as she busted in. I said shit, there's a draft. Shut the door, bitch, come on in.
I am a little bit insecure, a little unconfident, cause you don't understand. I do what I can, but sometimes it don't make sense. I am what you never wanna say, but I've never had a doubt. It's like no matter what I do, I can't convince you for once just to hear me out. So I let go, watching you turn your back like you always do. Face away and pretend that I'm not. I'll be here cause you're all that I